Grubbs' 50th birthday. I know you
Hey,
remember Grubbs, right? You used to train with
oh
Grubbs,
yeah,
didn't you? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, many,
So,
many times actually. He probably doesn't remember me, but yes.
guys, hit up Grubbs on Show Enough Grubbs on Instagram. He's an excellent personal trainer, also a martial artist. So, if you happen to be a martial artist looking to get some strength training, you need help with weight loss, even weight gain, strength building, mobility, Steve is your guy. Happy birthday to Steve.
Hey,
And also,
shout
happy belated birthday to our mutual friend, Nomi. You go way back with Nomi. I only met him
Oh yeah.
within the past 2 years. Trains over at Pacific Ring Sports right now. So super cool dude and active in the community. I'm talking about in terms of service. Now I'm talking about being sexually active in the community. He's a happy married person. Don't get all excited, ladies. All right, calm down. And some fellas. All right, calm down. Happy birthday, Nomi.
Hey, shout out to Nomi.
And also, shout out to a couple of friends of ours. We talk about Andrew Kupuro often on this podcast, friend of ours that lives in Phuket, Thailand. He just took a fight last second and he's fighting tonight.
Jeez.
Yeah, yeah. So let me hold on. Let me take a look here. He is going to be at the Pechnum official YouTube channel. They'll be streaming it. I think the event is happening at Patong Stadium. So,
Nice.
and I think literally maybe 8 or 9 hours ago he accepted this fight. So he just showed up to weigh-ins, and so if you're not doing anything later tonight, check out the YouTube channel Pech Numnoy Official on YouTube, y'all.
Nice.
And then also, I know, like, but this is the way I catch up. Like, talk about the fights my friends are getting into. And remember our friend Ty, who's also living in Thailand as well. She took a fight. She's been training at Phuket Fight Club in Phuket, Thailand.
Hey,
Well, she's in Russia right now with Gunyao.
yeah, I
She's
saw
on this
that.
event called RCC. So she'll be fighting K1 rules with small gloves. So good luck, Ty. We're excited for
Jeez.
you. Yeah, she's tougher than me.
Dude, that's crazy, man. Dude,
Yeah, so
shout out to
people getting
Ty. I saw her
active.
post. I saw her post. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, people getting active before the New Year's out. But how's training been going for you, bro?
Good, man. Not sure if everyone knows, but this weekend is the Nogi Worlds out in Las Vegas, where a lot of people are going. Some people are leaving, or our teammates are leaving on this Wednesday night, and making it over. And also shout out to my guy Gary Tang out of Singapore, out of the Trapeze Athletic Club. He's also supporting some of the people over there. And yeah, a lot of testosterone in Vegas, so just be careful out there. Training's been good. I've just been giving some help to some of the guys that are competing this weekend, and everyone's dialed in. We have a bunch of people competing this weekend, so wondering if any of your teammates or colleagues are competing as well.
No, none of our guys are doing the Nogi Worlds because we do real jujitsu. That's with the pajamas on. So no, I'm just kidding, guys. I just talk shit. I have much respect to the Nogi folks. All right, much love. My favorite competitive grappler of all time, Marcelo Garcia, made his name in no-gi grappling, even though he was also a champion in gi. So I have much love for no-gi. So good luck to all the competitors. Sean, you have had teammates that have competed a lot. When
Mhm.
something big like no-gi worlds comes up and you're in the training room and you're helping them out, do you start getting nervous yourself, or you've been through this enough times where it's like, everyone has trained hard, everyone's going to try their best. What happens, happens.
Yeah, I mean, I know that everyone tries to get into those tournaments and tries to win, but I think it's just the overall experience. I talked to some of the people and I was asking how big their brackets are. You're talking about at an adult brown belt level. One of my guys, Noah Chen, is going to be doing. He said he has 30 people on his bracket, which is insane. I
Mm-hmm.
can't imagine the blue and white belt. Or actually, no, you can't do Nogi Worlds as a white belt, but imagine the blue and purple
Yeah,
brackets.
white
They
belt, stay
probably,
in your lane.
yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
So
And
let's see, 30. So it's like 30,
yeah,
15, 7, like Three or four. So about 4 or 5 matches to get to the gold medal.
Yeah,
That's
which
pretty
ain't bad.
good.
Which ain't
That's not
bad. I
bad.
mean,
That's a good.
you wanted the
That's a,
work, so shout
well.
out to
So
Coach Rocky out there. Also, he's going to be competing as well.
but you don't have nerves yourself as a teammate that's helping prepare
I
your
do,
teammates. You do.
I do, and I just worry about. I worry about more their safety because people are probably on steroids at that tournament, and
I
there's
mean, none of your team. I
jumping.
mean, none of your teammates are on steroids. I mean, not that you're going to
Not
put
that I
anybody on
know
blast,
of.
but
Not that I know of yet, but yeah, there's people do flying, fucking everything, and that just turns into crazy knee cranks and maybe and or Pantoja style elbow breaks.
oh
So
god. Well,
we'll talk
yeah.
about that later.
Dang. Well, good luck to your team, bro. But
Thank
speaking
you.
of crazy like cranks, if we could just briefly recap some of the action from last weekend's events. I
Yeah.
was in semi mourning because, again, I mentioned earlier Marcelo Garcia. Well, he lost his match against Lachlan Giles on one
That's tough.
championship
Yeah.
by a locky lock. What do you call it? He locked out a lakey lock, similar to a Mikey lock, kind of a modified heel hook where he uses the foot compressed against his chest. And really interesting way that Lachlan gets into that lock. And Marcelo tapped quick. Looks like he wasn't injured. Uh, Two very classy competitors. But to me, I was in mourning because, like, oh, dang, like Marcelo basically ran into the next generation of jujitsu and just technically couldn't keep up with that aspect of it with the leg locks. I was always curious how Marcelo would do against somebody who is super competent in the modern leg lock game. And I guess we just saw the result. What did you think of the match, Sean? Did Marcelo go about it the wrong way in terms of his approach? Was it just something that was inevitable?
I think if he did his research, I'm pretty sure he did. He looked pretty relaxed in some of those exchanges during like the first minute. Um, Giles was able to get into that same position, and he was stuck in that position for about 3 or 4 minutes, and that was a big red flag for me because although Marcelo was very composed and wasn't doing anything stupid, it kind of just showed that he was a little bit uneducated when it came to that type of submission. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, if he gets it, he's getting really close. Like he's getting closer and closer to lock in the submission. And eventually, he felt susceptible to it. And it was just, it came on quick, and it came on to the point where Marcelo looked like he was defending majority of the time, even though he was on the top.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
crazy shit.
That's one of those things when you are going up against a leg lock specialist is that if you're on top,
Yeah.
you're kind of on defense the most of the time. And it's a weird way to kind of adjust your mentality in a match when usually when you're on top and you're not in their closed guard necessarily, you feel like, okay, I'm working passing, but against a really good leg lock specialist, you got to be on your P's and Q's, especially tangling one of your legs.
Well, I feel like Giles does a really good job at hugging that ankle, and to the point where he just can't move. You just can't move, or else there's going to be another position that's going to be taking over that position. I think he's probably chaining at least 3 or 4 different situations that's going to happen. And again, Marcelo did an amazing job defending it, but I think he knew that if he moved one way, there was something else that was going to come in and probably finish him off.
And good on Lachlan, because he showed some video of him actually drilling that transition into that lock. So this
Yeah.
wasn't some lucky shit. Like Lachlan showed
No.
video of him nailing this on his partners repeatedly in the training camp leading up to this match. So,
Yeah.
it's good on him. Cheers to Lachlan. I'm glad Marcelo isn't hurt. Lachlan also announced, I guess that's it for him in terms of competing in professional grappling. What do you think of that? I mean, I think he's got a little bit more to give,
I agree. And if you look at guys like Wagner Hocha and some of the older guys, like they've been able to get a lot of success. But I'm wondering if is it one of
Him
those
not
things
wanting to do
where
steroids.
maybe, or maybe it's one of those things where he's not being able to, maybe one championship isn't giving him enough matches, or like maybe it's an exclusive deal type thing, and maybe he goes to MMA. Who knows?
Oh no, he's not going to do that. Does
I know.
Lachlan doesn't look like the kind of athlete. He doesn't seem to have that athletic ability to go into MMA.
You're right.
I think he's
That's
making
very true.
enough money on like the seminar circuit, on the online portal that he has with his instructionals and his
Yeah.
school in Australia. I think he seems like somebody who's just kind of like, yo, I'm good where I am right now with that.
Yeah. That makes sense.
We'll circle back to this one championship event, but we've got to get to the stuff that happened at UFC 323 last weekend because pretty
Yeah.
consequential stuff. I want to just go over the co-main event first, though. Pantoja
Okay.
versus Van, because we didn't really see a fight. Uh,
I
you
know.
guys missed it. Pantoja's leg gets caught up on Van's shoulder. Pantoja falls backwards on his arm, dislocates his elbow. Fight over. Van's the new champion. Uh, I kind of went off a little bit on this with my friends, and I
How
just
so?
said, you know what? Yeah, Pantoja deserved to lose because learn how to fall fucking properly. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
learn how to like. I mean, there's a reason why at the beginning of my kids' classes at Hapkido USA, we spend like the first 2 minutes like learning how to fall because it's fundamental stuff. Now, okay, so that's me talking shit a little bit. You don't know how to learn fall properly, but it does have this kind of hint of like how much of that was just a technical error on Pantoja's part because you react in a way where you post your arm if you're falling backwards just as a human being. How much is it just okay? I made a technical mistake, and how much is it a sign of maybe of some kind of injury or some sign of aware on Pantoja's body that we're not aware of, or it just finally gave out under enough stress and under
Yeah.
a sudden kind of trauma.
That could be it too. And I agree. Like that is one of my biggest fears when I'm doing any type of like stand up grappling or anything like that, where maybe I get, you know, tree topped or something like that during like a takedown sequence. And that again, I try to clear my arms, or I think it's not even worth it. And I just go down and get into my own guard. But it's just that type of injury. Who knows how long it's going to take for him to get back, because everyone's talking about, oh, immediate rematch, immediate rematch. But dude, how long is this guy going to be out? What's the severity of the injury itself?
Mm-hmm.
And um, you're looking at least 4 to 6 months, if it's not like a ligament tear or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
But it
That's a
looked
good
pretty
point.
twisted to me.
It was so gross that I was getting texts from people that don't normally watch MMA. But they saw that and they were like, "Bro, did you see the arm break?" And it's like, "Yes, we saw it, and we saw it way too many times."
Yeah.
Disgusting. Who does Van fight in the meantime? Let's say, for example, Pantoja is not available for an immediate rematch. Who does Van fight next? And by the way, if you
You know,
bet for Van, you got paid out. So anyway,
oh yeah. I don't know what the odds were, but uh, you know, they brought up Tatsuro Taira, which is probably a good fit. But there's also a Manel Cap and Brandon Royval match that's going to be happening this weekend. So I think
that might
if
inform it. Yeah.
I agree, and I think it's really going to depend on what type of performance both of those guys take or make, and whoever wins at that point. Because I think because Pantoja has been so dominant in the as part of his reign, he's been kind of lapping the competition at that point where he has to take on some rematches. So this kind of gives a little bit of life to the division. I think also Josh Van's story and his hardships of his life and him coming from Myanmar/Burma, and that story, I think it kind of spices up the division at this point. So I think I think he definitely defends one more time until Pantoja is ready to go.
Hey, well, speaking of new life to the divisions, we got to talk about that main event. New champion once again, Peter Yan defeats Merab. Merab, who was going for greatness, trying to break a record for consecutive title defenses in a calendar year, just falls short. And, I scored it easily 3-2 for Peter Yan. I've heard some people say 4-1, some people say 5-0. Like, okay, I'll give it up. It's just like, man, Peter Yan just absolutely blew my mind in terms of his ability to not just defend the takedown of attempts of Merab, but to actually mount offense after expending that kind of energy of defending the takedowns.
Yeah. What's also crazy is Merab was really not getting those takedowns. Like I think he shot maybe
scored
like
2 or
20.
3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is
he's like 2 or
crazy.
3 for 29. The numbers was way crazy.
Yeah. And a lot of people had mixed feelings about what the score was in terms of how many rounds Merab actually won. I would say, if I had to guess, I think he maybe got one, possibly two. I think he got that first round, but from there it was just Peter Yan all the way. Like he was able to use his striking, use his amazing Muay Thai. He was also able to defend a ton of those takedowns, even though he was getting taken down himself. But once he got taken down, I felt
Popped
like
back
Yan.
up.
Yeah, I felt
Popped
like Yan.
back up.
Felt like Jan's game plan. I think leading up to the fight, I think even throughout all the losses after he did lose to Merab in the first fight, I think he just had that mindset where it was like all these fights, whether he beat I forget who he's beat, but I think he beat Davison Figueiredo and like a bunch of these other guys. But I think he had the skill set to beat all of those guys. But I think he was just preparing all those fights for this fight. So I think Peter Yan's going to be really hard to beat.
Dude, kind of blew my mind when he took Merab down a couple of times himself.
Yes.
I mean, he didn't hold him down, but he just scored a takedown.
No.
I don't think Merab was game planning for that.
I mean, Peter Yan's striking him. He was hitting him with body shots, hurt him a couple of times, broke his nose. There was all kinds of just. I mean, I think plainly he figured him out. Like he pretty much put the recipe out there on how to beat Merab Dvalishvili. So
And
who
also
knows
Peter and his team actually demonstrated real game plan discipline. You didn't really
Agreed.
see him veer into doing something crazy and outlandish. And I sent you a message where Peter Yan's coach talked about they had a technique tree that they drew out for Peter Yan. So if you're going to do this, and if Merab does this, you're going to do this. And if that happens, you're going to do this. If that doesn't happen, you're going to do. And they actually wrote it out. They had Peter Yan's coach was showing it on his iPad about the technique tree they had branched out. And that's high level stuff. That's being a professional at the high levels. Right. And good on them, good on his team for taking it that seriously, and deserves the win.
I agree. Crazy shit though. I mean, Peter Yan, like I said, I think this opens up the division as well. Who do you think is next for Peter Yan?
Well, in my head, I was thinking, there should be an immediate rematch because Merab deserves it because he's been the champion for a long time. He's made the company money. But at the same time, I was thinking, so wait a minute, he's been super busy. So maybe give him some time, give him a break, and then make Peter Yan defend one time. And then Merab's first fight back should be for the title, is my thinking. Again, ideally against Peter Yan. And so that's the way I think about it. In terms of who Peter Yan should defend against first, who do you think?
Oh man, I think the timeline would serve. I mean, judging the way that the UFC has been throwing fights nowadays, especially since the ranking system doesn't even.
Oh, Kazir, wait, watch your choice of words, sir. Throwing fights. Excuse me.
No, I'm just saying, like, if
we're gonna get sued. Just kidding.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get sued. I just feel like at this point, since they're gonna try to make as much money as possible, and I do feel like Merab was trying to be legendary, and I think that
Mm.
ultimately bit him in the ass, and with good reason, like he's not getting any younger. He's
Yeah.
doing something that no one else has really done. So he chased greatness, and you can't really fault him for that. But I do think that mentally he was there, but then I don't think that his mental and his physicality matched up, and I just didn't think that his body was able to pull off what his mental was telling him to do. So I think he should take a break. I think he should take at least 6 to 8 months off, and then what I think is going to happen is I think that if Sean O'Malley can beat Song Yadong coming up in the next few weeks, I think that would probably set up a White House fight between Sugar Sean O'Malley and Peter Yan at the White House.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I
Just
know.
threw up a little
I
bit.
just I
Sorry.
just have a feeling, man, because one, Peter Yan lost a very controversial fight to Sugar Sean, and
Yeah,
that'll
it
be
was a close fight against Sean. Yeah.
yeah. So that'll be part of the story and the narrative. And who doesn't want in a USA versus Russia title fight at the White House?
Oh, well, considering who's in the White House, probably some of the people in the White House wouldn't want that because they love them some Russia. Anyway, getting off the political thing. Uh, all right. So perhaps Jan versus O'Malley, and then would you want to see? Oh, yeah. So, but if you're Marab, you'd want to get the title shot regardless of who's holding it. Um, I'm wondering if Marab's coaches are like talking him down right now in the sense of like him wanting to get back in the gym right away and fight Jan in like 3 months.
Oof.
I hope they don't
I
do it
don't
because
know.
man, I think Mirab really needs. I think you're right. I think he needs that recovery time.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about, there's 4 quarters in a year. He's fought 4 times. That means it's a fight every 3 months, dude. That's insane, dude.
Yeah,
Three,
he's got to
six,
pay
nine.
bills.
Yeah, dude, that's. I mean, I'm sure he's made a ton of money, but dude, this is kind of the consequences. Like when people shoot for greatness and they get shot down, it's
Mm-hmm.
usually one of those things. And think about this: Peter Yan was on a fat winning streak, then went on a 3 fight losing streak, then went on a winning
Yeah,
streak
yeah.
to
I
win the
thought he was
title
cooked.
again. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was cooked when he was in the middle of that losing streak. Because he looked bad in that streak.
Oh yeah. He didn't look very good, but I mean, I think now he has a full time camp out in Abu Dhabi, and I think that was probably what was missing in general. I think he was doing a lot of training at Tiger Muay Thai, which is I don't know how structured that is, but now he's got a full team with him, and I think he has a chance at this point now. I mean, I don't know how many 2 time bantamweight champions there are, but a lot can be said if in the future, I think he's a future Hall of Famer just because of that alone, being a two
Really?
time. I
Oh,
think
just
so.
because
I
of
think
him regaining the title. Interesting.
regaining
Interesting. Okay.
and the fact that he was able to beat the guy that was unbeatable, and now everyone thinks, oh, he's beatable now, and kind of everyone knows what to do to beat Rob. But executing that
But does
obviously is
that
a different.
but does that change his Hall of Fame case if he gets smoked in his next title defense?
Oh, 100%. I think
Okay. Because
I
I'm
don't know.
wondering if it's like,
That's a good question.
look, like Merab was such a heavy favorite. Are we suffering from recency bias here because it just happened? And so we're like, oh, yeah, Peter Yan deserves the credit. But I mean, if we're talking about someone who needs to be immortalized in the Hall of Fame, I just want to take a wide angle gaze at it and just make sure.
Yeah, good point, man. Very good point.
So, but anyway, those were like some two like big.
Looks like we're losing Carlo. Boom. And he's gone. Well, I'll continue the thought. Yeah, I just feel like, especially right now with the bantamweight division, I have a feeling that because people are starting to fizzle out with Henry Cejudo retiring and Peyton Talbot coming up and all of that other stuff. It's going to be very surprising to see who is going to try to step up at bantamweight. Um, if you think about, if you look at most of the bantamweight division nowadays, a lot of new faces, a lot of young faces for that matter. Um, just to see what the rankings are right now, we still got Marab at 1, Umar right behind him at 2. Then we got Sean O'Malley at 3, Corey Sandhagen, Song Yudong. So I honestly think that this, I feel like this being, I feel like this bantamweight division right now is probably going to be able to, and there goes Carlo, he's back, everybody. Maybe not. If you can
Hey,
hear
what's
me.
up, guys? I was talking to myself for a while, but you were only listening to Sean, thankfully.
But yeah, we'll see what
But you were
happens in
talking
the
about Peyton
bantamweight
Talbot,
division.
yeah?
Yes, I felt like I think right now, especially in the rankings, a lot of the older bantamweights are out of the picture. I mean, there's some new blood out there like Ayman Sahabi, Cheeto Vera's still around, Mario Bautista's there, but still a ton of talent over there. Look at Peyton Talbot breaking the top 15 at 12. So there's a lot of different fights that could potentially come up, especially during the Paramount era. So let's see how that goes.
I wanted to circle back to One Fight 938 and talk about the main event, the Bantamweight MMA World Championship between Fabricio Andrade and, you're going to help me with this name, Sean, from Mongolia, Ank Orgil Batarku. Did I say that right?
Bro, that dude's a fucking monster.
Dude,
Yes.
shout out to Mongolian wrestling. I don't think anybody saw a submission victory for Batarku in the 4th round against Andrade, but shout out to the new champion from Mongolia.
I think this is also a case of, man, I don't know when Fabricio Andrade was. I don't even know when the last time he defended this belt. I think he's been champion for a while.
Yeah.
I do know that he did take on a Muay Thai fight. I think it was around last year. So that leads me to believe that there's some issues with One Championship and their MMA scene. The fact that they brought in this Mongolian dude who I've seen fight before, and you know he's fucking relentless. He has a great story and whatnot, but he does look like a drunk uncle half the time. But the fact that he was able to weather the storm, and he kind of reminds me of like a Marab, if you think about it, right? I think
That kind of mauling style.
Yeah, that mauling style and just that relentless pace, and he would not stop trying
And the
to take
crooked nose.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact that he was able to pull off that submission, dude, that was pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah. Also on the card was the return of Fetjija at atomweight Muay Thai. Defeated a Polish fighter, Martina Domichak. Round 1 TKO. Man, she is just for atomweight. She hits fucking hard, man. And her record is something insane. It's like 200 wins and like 3 losses or some shit. I was like, God damn. So shout out Fetjija. I don't mind fucking with you.
You know what's crazy was I was watching this card while I was eating dinner and my kids were playing and stuff like that. And I showed the fight to my wife and she was like, "Oh, is that a dude fighting a chick?" And I was like, no.
It's Fetjija's haircut.
It's Fetjija's haircut.
Yeah.
But isn't also Fetjija, isn't she a kickboxing world champ?
The K-pop boy band haircut going on. So wait, what's up?
Is she a kickboxing world champ or she?
Yeah, she did.
I could have sworn she was a title holder.
She was doing. I'm trying to remember, but I do remember like the last time I saw her was in a kickboxing fight. And actually, yes, she is the atomweight. No, you're right. She is the atomweight kickboxing champion.
Yeah.
And you know, atomweight kickboxing is so fun to watch because they're all so fucking fast, bro.
Especially the women.
Yeah, and now like she's also fighting Muay Thai again, like with the small gloves and knocking people out. Fuck, that's so lit.
Yeah, Fetjija is one to look for. And then, of course, we will talk. We already talked about Marcelo and Lachlan Giles.
Yeah,
but How about
None of,
fucking? I need us. We need to contact one championship because they keep matching our fucking Filipino brothers with some goddamn Russians and Uzbekistanis, and we're not getting any love. You guys, no love.
I don't know that Filipino fighter you're talking about, Jeremy Miado, or as Sean likes to call him, Kuya Jeremy. Uh,
I might be older than that. What
he
do you
is
mean?
a very punchable. He has a face that looks like it's been punched a lot, so he's a tough kid.
He looks like he shops at Ceremony. Okay,
Now,
get the
no, he
fuck out of
doesn't
here,
shop
bro.
at Star. He just hangs out in the food court, bro, and just waits for his mom and his aunties to like pick him up again while he just chills on his phone.
In the Jolly. Oh, okay. We need to stop.
All right, dude. Let's talk about this weekend. Then there's some interesting events. You were hinted at it earlier. UFC Fight Night. They're going to be in Vegas at the Apex. Main event: Brandon Royval versus Kape or Cop. Okay, pronounce his name for me. I keep calling him
Cop.
Kape. It's a Cape. Manel
I
Cape.
say
Is it
cop.
Manel Kape? What am I
Like
doing? You
capo
say
cop.
Cop. I'm gonna go with you. I'm
There
gonna.
you go.
Nice, nice. I'm gonna go with you, Cop. Who you got for this one?
Man, this is gonna be tough. I think Manel Cop definitely
I
more
thought Royval
explosive.
was like cooked a while ago, so I'm wrong though.
I mean, huge height discrepancy. I'd say that's about 4 inches and a little bit of reach. I still think that Brandon Royval has probably had. I think he's fought. I think the better opposition. I know Manel Cap. If I'm not mistaken, I know that he lose to Horiguchi. I'm not sure, but
I'm
um,
trying to remember.
I just feel like Brandon Royval. I'm going to go based off of experience and strength of schedule. I do know that Manel Cop had to pull out of fights before, so who knows what's going on there. But I think with Royval's submission threat, I think he just has more ways to win. And Manel Cop,
Yeah,
he's a monster, man. Like he's super explosive, trains in America as well. But I just think that Brandon Royval is going to be able to negate the strikes with the grappling, and I think Brandon Royval
yeah.
wins by
I
decision.
I agree. I agree. I think the key for Royval is to try to turn this into a grappling fight. Try to smother Cop's power by like putting him up against the fence and trying to force him to defend takedowns. But Royval never ducks the smoke. But if he gets into a firefight with Cop, he could get in trouble. Okay, because
Agreed.
Cop has like a lot of KO TKO finishes on his record. So I Royval should go for the submission in this case. He should turn it into a grappling fight. So
Nice.
I agree with you. I agree with you there. Uh, what do you think about the co-main event? Giga Chikadze versus Kevin Vallejos.
Giga, very impressive kickboxer. Not sure about his grappling at this point, but I feel
Yeah,
like you know once everyone figured out the Giga kick, it it was the word was out. I think
I
Kevin.
forgot that's what it was called.
Yeah, I know that Kevin Vallejos. I know he's a really good
Is
up
that
and
how you say
coming.
it? Damn.
I believe so.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I heard something on the Anakin Florian podcast. That's how you say his name. But he's
Got
up
it.
and coming. I feel like he's got.
Pause.
I think he's got Giga's number on this one, man.
All right.
I
Okay.
think he
Hey,
finishes him.
there's some like I mean, I wouldn't call them OGs, but some veterans on this card. You got Amanda Lemos going up against Jillian Robertson.
It's gonna be
They're
a good fight.
headlining the prelims. You got Neil Magny still doing the shit, going
Jesus.
up against a non-namer, such a non-namer. They don't even have his photo posted up on UFC's very own website.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff, man. Any other fight on this card you were looking forward to?
Yeah. Looking forward to the Kennedy injection. How the fuck do you say that?
Yeah, see?
Inject
Harder than I make it look. Huh?
Kennedy versus Buchecha. That's
You
gonna be a
just
good
gave
fight.
up on the last name.
I just gave it. Inject. Forget it.
What do you think?
Buchecha.
You think Buchecha should just pull guard here?
I don't know, man. He hasn't looked very good in his last couple outings. Definitely one of the better jiu-jitsu heavyweights out there. But Kennedy coming up from light heavyweight, he just couldn't make that weight anymore. I think his power carries over. His height also is going to be a huge factor in how the fight goes. So I'm going to go with Kennedy. I think he's going to be able to strike and not get put to the ground.
Yeah, dude, like they're not doing well. I mean, like you mentioned, Kennedy moving up from light heavyweight. So maybe they are kind of doing Buchecha a favor by giving him technically someone who's smaller. But, if Buchecha is trying to turn this into a grappling fight, he's got to be better about his takedowns. He's got to be really more
True.
insistent on it. His takedown numbers in MMA are just abysmal. And, oh, God, and just.
Don't forget that Kennedy also just got heel hooked by Johnny Walker's brother. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
Not even by the name, but the brother of the name.
I forgot his name. Walter Walker. Also on the card, Melissa Croden versus Luana Santos on the dime piece fight of the night.
Ooh, so that's something you got to watch because it's Sean approved. It's pervert approved by Sean.
Luana Santos is a pretty smooth show, so we'll see.
Well, hey, also going on Saturday, return of PFL. They're going to be in Lyon.
What? Oh my God!
Yeah, really? It's international. A couple of big names. And headlined by the PFL heavyweight title fight. Renan Ferreira versus Vadim Nemkov. They're going to be fighting for the heavy. Those are pretty big names for the PFL. So this is kind of a good event. It's also co-main evented by the women's featherweight title, the return of Cyborg, Chris Cyborg. She's defending against Sarah Collins from Australia. Let me tell you, they're giving Sarah Collins a big shot here, but Sarah Collins is undefeated, but she's only had 6 fights, and she's going up against Chris Cyborg, who's 28-2-1. So take that. Take that for what it is. But now look, like Chris has been in the game for a long time, and so MMA ages you really fast. So this is a big opportunity for Sarah Collins.
Is this one of those cases where it's almost like Sanchez, where
they're just feeding. They're just feeding. Who knows? Who knows? They do want to make. Yeah, you want to make your stars look good, but you also gotta have a good product overall. I don't know if Chris Cyborg is at that level yet, where they're just feeding her. Because you gotta. Maybe they are, because what other big names have they got at featherweight in the PFL?
Nothing,
for the women's division, yeah. But that Nemkov versus Ferrer main event is gonna be interesting. So
what's crazy isn't Renan Ferrer? He's the one that ended up losing to Ngannou, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
that's right. That's right.
And the fact that
I gave Ferrer a chance too. I gave Ferrer a big chance, and he fucking Ngannou smoked him.
So Renan Ferrer gets a title shot off a loss. That's cool.
Well, hey,
it's kind of UFC.
We have a shallow talent pool.
For real.
So it's what it is. So yeah, that's gonna actually make your MMA day pretty full, Sean, because this PFL main card starts at 11 a.m. Eastern. Okay, and so then you get an afternoon break, and then you could watch UFC Fight Night that night.
Talk about a
and then Sean's like, yes, I don't have to listen to my family.
But that'll be. This is the last, probably the last set of MMA action until the end of the year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're right. So, tune in for more episodes of us, because we'll do our little year in review stuff. Favorite pause moments on the podcast, favorite episodes, favorite fights, all that good stuff is coming your way, guys.
Oh yeah.
But hey, so are you gonna watch your teammates on Nogi Worlds? Do they still put that on Flow Grappling?
They do, actually.
The matches? Yeah. Okay. All right.
I will not be watching it because I actually
he doesn't fuck with his teammates.
Nah, it was Dude, freaking. So I got Flow Grappling for when Fight to Win was here in San Francisco, and I just couldn't justify the cost of, Flow Grappling or Flow just in general. Like, it's pretty expensive for one. And since I'll be canceling my Disney Plus / ESPN membership, I might just fucking do it, you know?
Oh, that money will go somewhere else. Go. Okay.
That money
All
will go
right.
somewhere else. But
I hope
it'll,
I haven't watched a Flow Grappling stream in a while, and I really hope that they've improved the quality and the kind of the ability to navigate their platform, because I just remember like a year ago just trying to get on that thing and just looking at events and watching it's just really not user friendly for the
it's
amount
tough.
that some people are paying for it. So you Ray, report back to us and see if you'd recommend it or
Will
not.
do. I might not even get it because I'm just like,
Just tell your
yeah.
teammates, like, put it on their Instagram live and just watch it then.
If there's anyone out there that's willing to share your account, hit us up. Maybe we
Really,
could do a live
teammates or what?
stream or something.
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But dude, I can only imagine how many fucking matches there are over the course of the week. Because when does it start? Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Because it goes from
You're
Thursday to
probably right.
Saturday.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
It doesn't go through Sunday, or no, maybe I'm wrong. I'm thinking
No.
of something
Because
else. I'm
my coach said that he's leaving Saturday night because he doesn't want to be around all the testosterone. I mean, if you think about it, Nogi Worlds in Vegas,
okay.
UFC Fight Night in Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
like it's just going to be
It's gonna be douche
cauliflower and
central.
steroids.
It's gonna be
You know,
douche central. I get it. All
it's
right,
just
get back to your families as quick as possible, everybody.
it's going to be testosterone, steroids, and cauliflower ear. So
Well, what else you got
yeah,
going on
dude.
this weekend besides shitting on Flow Grappling?
Just doing a lot of prep work. I don't know if everyone has known, but I wanted to talk about this. But uh, my family and I were going to be moving to Thailand
Woo! The
in March.
official announcement. Ooh, okay. All
So I'm
right.
announcing it
So,
right now. I hope my in-laws don't see this because they don't know yet. But my parents
all right.
know, my sister knows,
Okay.
everybody.
All right.
Yes, only a
So, you know
select
what?
few know.
Let's do this, Sean. Let's open the next episode with that in terms of the initial planning for your move, because I think
Yeah,
this is exciting. And then, guys, what we'll do is we'll check in with Sean every so often in terms of the steps he's going through to facilitate this move, because I'm pretty sure we've got people listening or who've listened to us in the past. When we talked about our travels, we've thought about things of hey, like moving abroad, living abroad. What's that like? What do you have to go through? So I think kind of following you
yeah,
along in your journey, Sean, is going to be super helpful for people. So
I
I want
agree.
to continue with this line of
Yeah,
conversation.
and the great thing is also is it's nothing's permanent, and I haven't traveled as much as I wanted to, and we're gonna treat Thailand as kind of like a central place that we can, you know, live for a little bit and then kind of travel out and about in Southeast Asia and other places like Japan and all this other stuff. But I think the goal is to, spend more time with my family, live in a place where, our dollar goes pretty far. And one of our biggest challenges is just kind of navigating what we're going to be doing out there. So my wife started a TikTok on the journey. I'll be starting a YouTube channel, just kind of documenting our steps. So
Is that all
um,
set up? You want to plug it? The
the
TikTok
YouTube channel,
channel?
no, but my wife's TikTok is out there. It's fuck. I can't even fucking remember it, but I'll put it in the description or something. But she's doing pretty well at this
really,
point.
really setting the groundwork for success here, Sean.
But we figured if we're going to be digital nomads, we got to get in to that space. And yeah, hopefully my
Dude,
in-laws don't see this yet because they're probably not
dude,
going to be happy with it.
they'll be all right, bro. Like I remember when we spoke a few weeks ago about this, and you were telling me you guys are going to do it. I was like so excited for you guys.
Thank you,
So
man.
we promise we're going to keep checking in with Sean about the process of this move, and we're going to keep everyone tapped in. This is exciting. I'm excited because Sean's moving to a town in Thailand, and correct me if I'm wrong on the pronunciation, Sean. Hua Hin. where a
Yes.
very successful Muay Thai gym is stationed. Sitjalfal is that I
Yeah.
follow on Instagram. I'm a big fan of their style, and dude, I think it's super important that Sean just sets up a space in his place for me to sleep when I go visit next year. So yeah.
Yeah. We're trying to find a place where we have an extra bedroom. So if anyone wants to come and visit and uh, kind of taking the sites and whatnot. And, we've also thought of other places like we're also going to visit, Phuket, Pattaya, and like hang out at Bangtao and all these other places. But for right now, you know, just for quality of life and space and money, Hua Hin is probably going to be our first destination. Who knows? That won't be our permanent, but again, we're going to be traveling. So um, I'll let you know when this YouTube channel materializes so you can follow
All
the
right.
journey.
Okay. We'll stay tapped in. Okay. Before we sign off, I just want to give a shout out to four of our black belts at Hapkido USA: uh, Phil Burkhart, Ben Lamb, Bella Lamb, and Miles Seraldi. This Saturday, they're going to be testing for their second degree black belt test. Second degree black belt test.
Hey,
They're going to be testing for their second degree black belt with us at Hapkido USA this Saturday, 1 p.m. So super excited for those four. They've been training really hard. So that's what I'll be getting into this weekend with the crew
nice.
at Hapkido USA.
Sick. For us, we're just going to be doing a little bit of planning and kids' birthday parties and shit like that. But Niners had a bye week last week, so hopefully the
Yeah,
Niners won this weekend as well.
back at it this weekend.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for us, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the podcast. Don't forget to follow us on our social media at Mighty Beast Pod. Mine is Sean _ Pierre _ and yours, Carlo.
Hopkey1 on Instagram.
Don't forget to hit up and good luck to Magala Jiu Jitsu out there in San Francisco, 10 Planet in Daly City. I know they're going to be out there as well. Omni Movement in Hercules, and shout out to FTCC in Las Vegas. I know they got a bunch of guys over there. My guy Ninja's housing Musumeci right now, so shout out to those guys.
Hey, Hapkido USA in San Francisco. We've got our Carl Brazilian Jiu Jitsu team. We have our Golden Pizza Muay Thai classes. Shout out Pacific Ring Sports in Oakland. Uh, Shout out to Omega Martial Arts in
Hey,
Jackson. Also, shout out to Giant Muay Thai in Benicia, Rooted Legacy Muay Thai in Martinez, East Bay Academy in Martinez, and Sama Martial Arts in Pinole.
don't forget about the fights this weekend, guys. We got PFL earlier in the day. We also have the UFC later in the day. I think one championship has a Friday fights or something like that. I'm not sure on Friday. But yeah, good luck to everyone that's competing this weekend, guys. Stay safe. Don't get hurt. Peace.
Peace.